Sunday. Not a whole lot of Sunday games anymore.
You're all full of shit for not remembering the vote. You're the only dude who gives you a vote. On the mountain? Yeah. I have a huge thing. It's from the size of the thing of Santa and like a oh yeah. We should only play Christmas music. It's so fun. I have 40 hats. I said very good.
Blue Sox!
From center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass. This is Lexington Blue Sox baseball here on the Blue Sox Baseball Network on YouTube. Tonight, it's the Blue Sox with a record of 8-10, 16 points fourth in the ICL, hosting the Malden Maddogs with a record of 6-13, 12 points fifth in the ICL in a rare Sunday night baseball broadcast of the Intercity League variety. Haven't had a whole lot of Sunday games, at least as far as the Blue Sox are concerned in recent years. But good evening, everybody. Sam Feely here with you, ready to bring you the play-by-play story. Hopefully the Blue Sox will be riding the momentum, some secondhand momentum off some kid who made his Major League debut for the Brewers last night. That's right, Blue Sox and LHS alumnus Sal Frelick, 3 for 3 in his Milwaukee Brewers debut last night with 2 ribbies, a run scored, the game-winning RBI on a sac fly, and 2 phenomenal defensive plays in right field to lead the Brewers over to a 4-3 win over over one of the arguably the best team in baseball right now, the Atlanta Braves. And Sal played his high school ball at LHS, played a couple years for the Blue Sox. Was a 3-sport star at LHS, Gatorade State Player of the Year in football, and had a phenomenal 3-year career at BC, tore it up in the minors, and now the number 2 Brewers prospect, number 17 overall, according to MLB Pipeline. Making an impact in his Blue Sox debut, and the Blue Sox, again, local boy does good. We'll see if they can ride that momentum to a win here tonight with 7 games remaining, which includes 2 makeup games still to be scheduled. It's going to be an extremely hard sell to try and get even a number 2 seed in the ICL playoffs. They cannot get the 1 seed because even if they win out and the Chiefs and Expos lose out, the Chiefs own the head-to-head tiebreaker over the Blue Sox. So the best the Blue Sox can do is number 2, and with both the Expos and Chiefs already at 15 wins, and Friday night's game, first scheduled for Trum and then moved over to Maplewood, getting washed out in the top of the 2nd inning. Time crunch, schedule crunch, crunch time, whatever you want to call it. Strike 1 to Quentin Copeland to begin the ball game tonight from Pat McGowan. Blue Sox in the Carolina Blue and the Mad Dogs in the Royal Blue. 0-1 to Copeland is outside for ball 1. 1-1 the count. First pitch at 7:47. McGowan has had a couple phenomenal games in his last couple of appearances as Copeland smacks this one to left center field, and it is down for a base hit. Leadoff single for the Mad Dogs. Copeland is entering play at .395, 17 out of 43, 6 doubles, no homers, 2 ribbies, and 10 walks to 7 strikeouts, and 8 of 8 in stolen bases for an OPS of 1035. So he could be a threat to run here with Chris Offero, the left fielder, at the plate. That it skips to the plate, but backhanded by Nick Salitro for ball 1, and no advance by the speedy Copeland. So leadoff man aboard here in the top of the 1st. Farrell, the left fielder, in this righty-righty matchup. Fouls that one straight back. Strike 1. Farrow entering play. 317, 392, 561 is slash line. 2 doubles, 1 homer, 2 doubles, 1 triple, 2 homers, and a team-high 12 RBIs with 7 walks to 14 strikeouts. Only Mad Dog entering play tonight with double-figure RBIs, but he fouls that one off, and it is 1-2. Quentin Copeland, the DH, Chris Alfaro, the left fielder, Connor Hanlon in right, Sam Browning at first. Matt Natchme is the extra hitter. Damian Brown is at short. Joe Colucci is at second. Ben Croteau is behind the plate. Lawrence Tang is at third. And Hector Roman rounds out the lineup for the Mad Dogs. That is their starting 10 with A.J. Ortega on the mound. A little flare into center field on his horses. John Fritz gets down in front of him for a base hit. Copeland is on his way to third. He will get there uncontested. First and third, nobody out to begin the ball game. Runners at the corners. Nobody out for Connor Hanlon, the right fielder, and the first left-handed batter of the night for the Mad Dogs. Swing and a miss, strike one to Hanlon, the Mad Dogs right fielder. Entering play, slashing 313, 411, 417. Hits this one into right field, and that will get down for a base hit. Mad Dogs take an early 1-0 lead. Throw comes into second to Ernie Little. It remains runners at the corner, still nobody out. RBI single for Hanlon as Copeland scores, and Alfaro to third. Here is Sam Browning. Takes down away for ball one. Hanlon picking up his 9th RBI of the season on his 16th hit in 49 at-bats. And now Browning stepping to the plate. 231, 429, 385, his slash line with 2 triples and 6 ribbies. One and 0 the count. That's fouled off to even the count at 1. Mad Dogs have won 3 in a row. 2 wins against the Bulldogs, sandwiched around a 16-9 win over the Sabertooth Expos. Popped up into right field, over towards the line. Goes Acosta. He slides. He can't catch it. It's a foul ball. It is strike 2. Had he caught that, Alfaro would have scored easily, tagging from third. But 1-2 the count to the Mad Dogs first baseman. Alfaro at third, Hanlon at first. Still nobody out here at the top of the first. Sorry, folks, just fiddling with the audio saying. Got some echoes. That bounces to the plate, goes to the backstop. In from third comes Alfaro standing up. It's 2-0 Mad Dogs. 2-2, and now runner at second. Hanlon gets to second on the wild pitch. I was going to say that McGowan had a couple of nice starts his last time out, but not off to a good start here, as that is on the outside corner for strike 3. Out number 1, Browning retired on the backwards K, and 1 down for Matt Natchme. And we got some, we got a time called by base umpire Brian Driscoll. Just asking for someone to step away from the playing area, I think, or something along those lines. But anyways, that's Brian Driscoll working the base, and Rich Cabral is behind home plate. The umpires for this game. Runner at second, one down. Here's Nachemi. Is able to hold up for ball one. Appeal to Driscoll. He says he did not go. Didn't look like he came that close to going around, but regardless, ball one. Nachemi, 231, 444, 308 is slash line, 1 double, 1 ribby. That's in there for strike one. McGowan picked up the win his last start against the Americans on June 18th. 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. Just missed inside despite Sleecher trying to pull it back to the inside corner of the frame. And it's 2-1. Start before that, McGowan went 5 innings against the Chiefs, allowed 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. The 8 strikeouts for McGowan are a team high in a single start for Blue Sox pitchers this year, but it is now 3-1 to Nachemi. McGowan faced the Mad Dogs back on June 28th. 3 innings, no hits or runs allowed with 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. That's at the top of the zone, and we got a full count. 2-0 the count. 2-0 the score, rather. 3-2 the count, full count. Runner at second with the shortstop, Damian Brown. Due up next. Down away for ball 4. Puts the double play in order anyways. 3 singles and 1 walk so far. Here is Brown. Brown, 242, 381, 333 slash line. 3 doubles, 2 RBIs. Takes down away for ball 1. McGowan comes set. 1-0. Swing and a miss, and a late swing and a miss at that. 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Nobody at first as Salitra wanted to try and catch Nachemi napping over there at the first base bag. How you doing, Matty? Hanging in there. How about that kid for the Brewers last night, huh? Swing and a miss. 2-2 the count now to Brown. Well, McGowan got off to a slow start in his start before this against the Chiefs, but gets Brown swing on a slider down and away. 2 down. Allowed 2 runs in the first, but was able to control the damage until the Blue Sox came back and took the lead in the bottom of the 5th on the 3-run piece by Giancarlos Ramirez. Unfortunately, the Chiefs came back with 5 runs and over the course of the last 2 innings to come away with a 7-5 win. Again, a little bit more of what the Elvis can give them what they the rest of the pitchers that can support him the way they did in his win against the Americans. It's on the outside corner for strike 1 to the second baseman, Joe Colucci. First and second. 2 out here in the top of the first. First 3 batters reached for the Mad Dogs. Copeland and Farrow have scored. It's up and away for a ball to even the count. Blue Sox have to be able to. Blue Sox need to be have been better at the last couple of games is damage control. In terms of being on the mound. Going back to Thursday night's game against the Expos, which they lost 3-0. That game was on the precipice of being, a complete blowout by the time the Blue Sox got to bat in the bottom of the seventh. So you like the damage control that the pitching's been able to do the last couple of games, but you need your batters to respond with runners in scoring position. Before the game on Friday night at Maplewood got washed out, the Blue Sox doesn't really matter at this point, but Chris Wannett, did his job with the damage control in the bottom of the first, and obviously it doesn't matter offensively at this point, but you want to see that, but without allowing crooked numbers, especially early. Ultimately, it comes down to whether, you can get the leadoff man. If you can limit bases on balls, but unfortunately, 2 walks in the last 3 batters as Colucci reaches. Bases are loaded now with 2 outs for Ben Croto. Hey, Mr. Croto, how you doing? Bases loaded, 2 out for the Mad Dogs catcher. Croto slashing 304, 429, 304. Looking for his first extra base hit of the year. Pops it up into right field. Acosta looking for it, and he's got it for the out. That retires the side. So Croto swings at the first pitch. It's a little bit of an adventure in right, but Acosta hauls it in, and, it could have been worse, right? Now, can the Blue Sox offense respond? Happening in the books. Mad Dogs 2. Blue Sox coming up. So now that we have the Mad Dogs lineup, read it to you earlier. Here's the Blue Sox lineup. It's Ernie Little leading it off at second, followed by V. Desai at short. Jake Elberry is at first. Giancarlo Ramirez is the DH. John Fritz is in center. Morgan Brown is the extra hitter. Joe Auger is in left. Brian Acosta is in right. Nick Salitro is behind the plate. And Dylan Walsh rounds out the lineup at third. Mentioned A.J. Ortega getting the start on the mound tonight. For the Mad Dogs, he's making his third appearance of the season. He is 1-0 with a 1.75 ERA in 4 innings of work. He has allowed 5 hits, 2 runs, only one of which was earned, walked 1, and struck out 7, but has surrendered 1 home run. He got his win 5 nights ago against the Expos in that 16-9 slugfest, going 2 innings, allowing 2 hits, 1 unearned run with 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. Before that game on the 5 nights ago, Ortega hadn't pitched since June 1st, which went 2 innings against the Chiefs, allowed 2 hits, 2 innings, allowed 3 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, and 1 strikeout. So the righty will face Ernie Little, V. Desai, and Jake Elberry to begin the bottom of the first, with the Blue Sox having to play catch-up. At the start of the season, the Blue Sox could score in the first pretty much at will, but it has slowed down considerably, and that is why they haven't, it's part of why they haven't won consecutive games since June 25th and 26th. The Blue Sox, talking about the time, it being crunch time with the schedule and trying to get all these games in. I mean, they have to make up Friday against the Expos. They also have a game against these Mad Dogs they have to make up here at LHS from back on July 10th. This game in itself is a makeup game. Blue Sox have the Americans here tomorrow night as Ernie Little takes strike 1. The Americans here tomorrow night. The Expos at Maplewood Wednesday. That is an already scheduled game, not the makeup of Friday's games. It's 1-1. Then a home and home with the Bulldogs here at LHS Thursday and Friday. 2-1 to Ernie. Little's slashing 304, 340, 348 on the season with 2 doubles and 2 ribbies. Hits this one into center field, and that will be caught for out number 1 by Hector Roman. So here is V. Desai. Ernie is now 0 for his last 8, dating back to the 17th. It's in there for Desai, 333, 444, 400 is slash line. Just able to foul that one off. The count is 0-2. 1 double, no RBIs, 2 walks, 5 hits and 15 at-bats. 0-2 the count. Mad Dogs leading 2-0. 1-2. Talking to Josue Feliciano after Thursday night's game. It was definitely a frustrating game to see the Blue Sox get shut out. But the pitching responded, certainly when their backs were against the wall. And I feel like a month ago, that game would not have still been in a safe situation going to the bottom of the 7th. As this is lined and caught at first by Browning for out number 2. Sinking liner and hugging the line at first was Browning for the second out. So here is Jake Elberry getting the start at first tonight. Elberry takes down in for ball 1, slashing 400, 438, 800 in 15 at-bats, 6 hits, 6 runs, 1 double, 1 triple, 1 homer, 6 ribbies, 1 walk. 2-0. Ortega peering in for the sign from Croto. Comes set. The pitch. Fouled off the other way, and it'll be 2-1. Breaking ball misses the inside corner, 3-1. The powerful Giancarlos Ramirez on deck. Ortega comes set the 3-1. He might have reached for it as that's flared behind shortstop. And caught by Brown for the third out. Retires aside, easy peasy 1-2-3-Z for A.J. Ortega. We are through 1 complete, 2-0 Mad Dogs. So here's build on Sal Frelick's successful Major League debut last night on national television, no less, on Fox Saturday Baseball. Let's take the Blue Sox have had 5 players advance to the major leagues after playing for the Blue Sox. We talked about Ryan Hannigan when he returned to the team earlier this year. He played for the Blue Sox in 1999 and 2000. Made his debut September 9th, 2007. And he made his debut pinch hitting for one of the classics in the sport of guy remembering, Kirk Sarloos. And doubled to left and scored on a wild pitch against Olympic gold medalist Ben Sheets, who did not win a gold medal with a broken freaking neck, alas. Chris Dwyer, who pitched for the Blue Sox in 2007, which included a 5 no-hit inning performance in a 6-1 win over the Medford Americans, striking out 13, including 6 straight. That's what he did with the Blue Sox in 2007. On my 26th birthday, September 24th, 2013, he debuted for the Kansas City Royals at the Mariners, pitched 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, walked 1, struck out 2. And the starting pitcher for the Mariners that game was current Red Sox, James Paxton. A lot of Red Sox connections on these Blue Sox Major League connections that we can get to a little later, as that's botched at shortstop and into left field to allow Lawrence Tang to reach to begin the bottom of the top of the second. That should be an E6, I believe. So Tang reaches. So again, the leadoff man on for the Mad Dogs. And here is the number 10 hitter in the Mad Dogs lineup, Hector Roman. Tang entered play, slashing .314, 442, 429, 11 hits, including 4 doubles, 4 ribbies, and 7 walks. Roman takes on the inside corner, strike 1. Roman slashing .290, 405, 323 with 1 double and 4 ribbies and 6 walks. Throw back to first, base hit. So it is in fact going to be a hit for Tang, so not an E6. So 4th hit of the game already for the Mad Dogs to go along with 2 walks. And a run scoring on a wild pitch. Here's a grounder to first. Throw the shortstop for 1. Back to first. Safe. They do get Tang at second on the 3-6 fielder's choice, but Roman reaches. So 1 out. And the lineup turns over for Quentin Copeland. Single to lead off the ballgame. Eventually came around to score the game's first run. So runner at first now, 1 out. Good job by the Blue Sox defense to execute there and at least get 1. Check on the runner at first. Roman back standing. He does have 4 steals and 4 attempts, so been hard to double him off anyway. And that nicked the brim of Copeland's helmet, and he is aboard on a hit by pitch. So first and second, 1 out. Command looks to be an issue here for McGowan tonight. He's walked 2, thrown a wild pitch, and hit a batter. Here is Alfaro. Single and run scored his first time up in the first. With good speed on the bases. Roman at second and Copeland at first. Down and away for ball 1 to the Mad Dogs left fielder. Infield playing back here, not holding on the runners. Outfield playing pretty much straight away. The 1-0 is down and away, 2-0. We got Robbie Cobb warming right now for the, or at least getting loose in the Blue Sox bullpen. He's got his glove on, and for the signal, he needs to come here and start getting loose again. 3-0. With Hanlon due up next. McGowan comes set, the 3-0. Down the pipe for strike 1. And now Farrell will go to work. Mad Dogs have won 3 in a row, looking to make it 4 in a row. Grounder too short, fielded there to flip to second for 1, on to first. Safe again. A close play at first. Alfaro beats it out. It's another fielder's choice. Roman gets to third. Copeland is retired 6-4. And now Connor Hanlon, who drove in the first run of the game with his single that brought home Copeland. Runners at the corners. 2 down. Grounder to the right side, fielded at second. Throw on to first in time. And a good response there by McGowan. Again, you know, it's not that the Blue Sox are incapable of responding to adversity. They just need to string those little wins together. Let the fire keep rolling. But we are through a buck and a half, and still 2-0. Mad Dogs. Some more info on Blue Sox Major League talents. Got through Chris Dwyer. Stephen Hathaway played for the Blue Sox in 2010. He's a graduate of Acton Boxborough High. He made his major debut on July 31st, 2016 for the Arizona Diamondbacks against the Dodgers at Chavez Ravine. Chavez Ravine or Chavez Ravine? I think it's supposed to be Chavez Ravine as in Eric. It's in Eric Chavez, but anyways, not the point. Pitched a third of an inning in a 14-3 loss to the Dodgers, giving up 3 hits and 3 earned runs with 1 walk and 1 strikeout. He gave up a double to Chase Utley and a 3-run homer to Corey Seager. Chris Shaw, the first-round pick of the Giants in 2015, made his Giants debut on August 30th, 2018 in San Fran against the Mets. Started in left and went 0 for 2 with a sac fly in a 7-0 win. Shaw had 2 stints with the Blue Sox from 2009 to 2010 and from 2013 to 2014. And he hit his first career big league home run at Coors Field. It was a mammoth shot into the second deck. And, of course, Sal's ridiculous debut, probably the best of all of these. Got to be the best of all of these. Last night against one of the best teams maybe the best team in baseball. Certainly the best team in the National League. As Giancarlos Ramirez takes strike 1, 0-1. Broken bat grounder, slow roller to the left side, fielded at third, and the throw's up the line. It's going to go out of play, and Giancarlos is going to get to second. Well, hey, get the leadoff man on any way you can. There a single error or just a 2-base error, Bruce? 2-base E5, right? All right. So, Ramirez at second thanks to the error by the third baseman, Lawrence Tang. Runner in scoring position, and here is John Fritz. And remember, the Mad Dogs no-hit the Blue Sox earlier this year, despite the fact the Blue Sox scored a run in that game. Fritz getting the start in center tonight. Takes down and away for ball 1. So Ramirez is going to start his night 0 for 1. It's going to drop his batting line to 2 for 11 on the season, but those 2 are 2 home runs with 5 ribbies. Down low. Count is 2-0 to Fritz. Slashing 250, 538, 250 in 8 at-bats. 2-1 the count. 2 singles in 8 at-bats with 3 runs scored, 1 ribby, and 4 walks to just 1 strikeout. He is ahead here 2-1 with Fritz to be followed by Morgan Brown. Grounder to the left side. Tang looks the runner back, and he throws it out of play again! 2-1. Ramirez did the thing so many players do in MLB The Show, where he's like, you wait for the guy to throw it, and then you take off for third. And Tang with his second error of the inning. So Fritz is the tying run in scoring position. And here's the Harvard man, Morgan Brown. Morgan, the EH slot. You've been playing the show a lot lately? 1-0 the count to Morgan. No, seriously, that's what people online do all the time. If it's a ground to the left side, got a runner on second, take off after they throw it, right? Look the runner back, Ramirez took off, and it's 2-0. The other way, through for a base hit. Matty Karras is going to put the brakes on John Fritz at third. Runners at the corners, nobody out for Joe Auger. Morgan Brown picks up his first hit of the season, 0 for 2 prior to that. So the tying run 90 feet away. Here is Auger. Left fielder tonight, Auger. Slashing 200, 400, 267 with 1 double, no RBIs, and 4 walks. He's going to try and lay one down and fouls it off for strike 1. So 2-1 our score. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Blue Sox getting their first hit thanks to Morgan Brown for 2 errors to start the inning, both by the Mad Dogs third baseman, Lawrence Tang. Tang creeping in on the grass, anticipating the bunt with the runner at third. Misses down and in for ball 1. Curveball came close to Auger's front hip there and came back towards the plate, but not over it, and too low anyways. 1-1. Runners at the corners. Again, tying run 90 feet away here for the Blue Sox. Waited on, line down the left field line. It is a foul ball. And Matty Karras saw that go foul, and no complaint from him. So 1-2 the count to Auger. Blue Sox hitters done a great job in recent games of waiting out slow breaking balls hanging over the plate. Unfortunately, a lot of times it ends up being pulled or sliced foul. 1-2. Outside with the fastball, 2-2. Fritz at third, Brown at first. Morgan picking up his first base hit of the year with an opposite field single. The 2-2. Here it is. Brian Acosta due up next. Waited on and fouled off again. Yeah, where that ball was, you got to swing at it. Good job by Auger to make contact and get another pitch. I was talking with Teddy Juba about last week. Grinding out at bats can win you ball games, and there is ball 4, and the bases are loaded. The whole war of attrition terminology I use is, it's not far from the truth. So the bases will be loaded as we'll have a mound conference here for the Mad Dogs. Right now, Carlos Ramirez talking to Brian Acosta. Tell him what to look out for. I don't know if he's also going to be talking about, hey, if the ball's hit to, the left side. Well, you saw what happened with Tang. We'll see. Matty Karras barking out directions in case of depending on if there was a curveball, and that's what we've seen a couple times here from Ortega. But anyways, entire infield came in for that conference, and here we go. Bases loaded, nobody out for Brian Acosta. Acosta, 222, 250, 222 slash line. 3 ribbies and 1 walk to 11 strikeouts. Acosta able to hold up. They want to appeal, and he did not go, says Brian Driscoll. Ball 1. Acosta does not have an extra base hit on the season. That pops off of the catcher, and in comes the tying run. Now 2 runners in scoring position. Second, third, still nobody out, and we are back to where we started. 2 of Acosta's 3 ribbies this season came in a game against the Americans on July 12th. The other came against the Sabretooth Expos on June 20th. 3-0 as that breaking ball drifts down and away, and it looks like we got somebody warming right now in the bullpen for the Mad Dogs. 3-0 the count. Second and third, tie game. Oh, ball 4. Tried to front door the curveball, but the bases are reloaded. So Fritz scores. Now it's Brown at third, Auger at second, Acosta at first. Here's the catcher, Nick Salitro, who takes on the inside corner for strike 1. Salitro, 1 for 3 in 2 games so far this season. This is a foul ball, and the count will be 0-2. You're looking at least a double play if that stays fair the way that was hit. Salitro 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts on the season. Outside 1 and 2. Salitro's lone hit came against the Chiefs on July 13th. 2-2 our score, 1-2 the count. Breaking ball outside, 2-2. Dylan Walsh is on deck. And more action. Right, who was just starting to lose, is now warming for the Mad Dogs. Little number in front of the plate, knocked down at home. Late throw to home, that will be a force. Knocked down in front of the mound, rather. So Brown is retired 1-2 on the fielder's choice. The base is still loaded, now 1 out for Dylan Walsh, the third baseman. Ortega almost went to first there, but it was a force anywhere, including home, so he prevents the go-ahead run from scoring. And now Walsh comes up empty on a swing and a miss for strike 1. Walsh, 2 for 13 with 3 walks and 1 ribby and 3 runs scored this season, and he is behind 0-2. Walsh last played on July 13th against the Chiefs. Was 0 for 1 that game. Called strike 3. Massive K there for Ortega. 2 down. The lineup turns over for Ernie Fresh. Little flew out to center to lead off the bottom of the first, looking to come through here and give the Blue Sox their first lead of the ball game. He hits this one into center field, and that will be caught again by the center fielder, Roman, and the side is retired. So we talk about damage control. The Blue Sox pitchers doing a better job of that lately. Well, Ortega does that right there. Allows 2 unearned runs to score, but leaves the bases loaded and does not let the inning get out of hand. We're through 2, tied at 2. Yeah, 5-inning game, right? That's exactly how you got to look at it. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Mad Dogs here in the top of the third. Browning, Natchamy, and Brown.
Oh, Pat! Okay, Sammy, this time. Hey, nice. That's what I did.
Sam Browning struck out looking his first time up for the first out of the ball game. Blue Sox getting 2 runs in the bottom of the second on 1 hit, 2 walks, and 2 errors. But they leave the bases loaded, and McGowan gets strike 1 in there. McGowan working exclusively from the stretch. Breaking ball low for ball 1, 1-1. Didn't think there was much question whether he went around there, and I didn't think he did. And 1-1 the count. In there for strike 2. 1-2 the count. And McGowan taking a step off the mound here. 1-2 the count. Infield back, outfield straight away for the Mad Dogs cleanup hitter. Grounder right back to McGowan. Rainbow toss to first for out number 1. Here's Matt Natchamy. Walk his first time up. On the outside corner for strike 1. I think I was hearing some of the Mad Dogs players in their dugout talk about playing immaculate grid, and boy, that's the ultimate exercise in guy remembering. As long as we're talking about Kirk Sarloos, right? 1-1 the count. And you can do immaculate grid for essentially any sport, but in other sports where it's like especially football. You really gotta, really dive to the depths of how many kickers, got caught and released by various MLB teams, caught and re-signed by various NFL teams. Yeah. Of course, for baseball, it's a lot easier if you remember, journeyman relievers. Octavio Dotel and Ricky Henderson might be the GOATs for that game. Fouled off, remains 1-2. And between innings, we'll continue our discussion about the Blue Sox Major League connections. But right now, still 1-2 with 1 out. Up and in, 2-2 to Natchamy. With Damian Brown on deck, and if anybody gets on, Joe Colucci. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 2 now for McGowan. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the third. Here is the shortstop, Brown. He was McGowan's first strikeout victim. Actually, strikeout number 3, for McGowan. He was Brown was McGowan's second strikeout victim in the first. Slider gets to the inside corner for strike one there. So you can tell both McGowan and Ortega trying to front door the right-handed batters, as that'll be strike two on Brown, their respective breaking balls. We've seen Ortega tried a few times with the curveball. McGowan with the slide piece there. Get 0-1, now 0-2. And good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Damian Brown, 3 up, 3 down for McGowan there in the top of the third. An important inning for McGowan to register after the Blue Sox tie the game. The bottom of the second will go to the bottom of the third, still tied at 2. Now, obviously, you know about our current former Major League stars, Manny Del Carmen and Ryan O'Rourke, basically our lefty-righty closers of death right now at the back of the bullpen. Del Carmen has been with the Blue Sox since 2018, has 18 career saves, made his debut July 26, 2005 for the Red Sox at the Trop against the then still Tampa Bay Devil Rays. And inning of work, he gave up no hits and struck out 1, and that was in a 10-9, 10-inning Red Sox win. O'Rourke made his debut against the Minnesota Twins at Target Field on July 7, 2015 against the Baltimore Orioles. Pitched the ninth, an 8-3 Twins win. He struck out the first batter he faced. And to elaborate on the Blue Sox Major League connections, and also to the Red Sox specifically, the guys that Del Carmen and O'Rourke struck out in their Major League debuts both went on to win World Series with the Red Sox. Now, obviously, Del Carmen in 2007 would win the World Series with the Red Sox, but the guy Del Carmen struck out in his first Major League inning, Johnny Gomes, won the 2013 championship with the Sox, and Ryan O'Rourke struck out future World Series MVP Steve Pearce. The 99 overall that Steve Pearce got out of that in MLB The Show is absolutely buzzing. He was the best hitting second baseman in the game at that point. In the dirt for ball 1 to V Desai to begin the bottom of the third. Yeah, I said second baseman. He has second baseman alternate. His fielding's, awful at second base in that game, but it works. 1-1. Desai lined out to first. His first time up. Hit it right on the screws, but right at the first baseman, Browning, who was hugging the line. Down low, 2-1. Good patience being shown here by the Blue Sox. I think they've started to learn to wait out some of these slower breaking balls. And now the fastball is pulled across and nearly hits Desai, and it is 3-1. Bottom of the third, tied at 2, as the Blue Sox want to take their first lead of the ball game. And thank you so much to Bruce Hack for compiling that data on the Blue Sox Major League connections, starting with Ryan Hannigan, as that is ball 4. Baseball Reference, of course. Well, Baseball Reference had that for anyone to look. You did the labor of looking it up, man. Do you prefer Baseball Reference or Retro Sheet, by the way? Okay. Sorry, John Boyce. Jake Elberry into deep center field and caught. Desai going back to first to try to tag to second, see if he could draw an offline throw, but Elberry flies out, 1 down. Oh, and by the way, during all that time, so the Blue Sox have had 5 alumni now go to the big leagues. No other intercity league team in that time span has had an alumnus advance to the big leagues. That's not something you'll find on Baseball Reference. That's all Bruce. That's all Bruce. 1-0 to Giancarlos Ramirez. Reached on an E5 and came around to score on an E5 last inning. That's on the outside corner for strike one. 1-1 as JC was trying to follow that one outside and look it in and hung up in more ways than one. Grounds this one to the opposite side. Fielded second to the shortstop for one. On to first for a 4-6-3 double play, and the side is retired, so nothing comes of the leadoff walk. We are through 3 complete, and we are still tied at 2. I'm just going to add on one thing, though, that the Blue Sox, I don't think the Blue Sox can say for themselves. They've never had a Pro Football Hall of Famer play for them. The Reading Bulldogs had Doug Flutie for a couple of games. I think their first year in existence, 2010. He isn't. He's not. He isn't. He's in the Canadian Football Hall of Fame. I thought he was in the Pro Football Hall of Fame too. Doug Flutie. Is he in Canton? Heisman Trophy winner at least, right? Whatever. Cool. All right. Anyways. Oh, you know what? No. Yeah, I'm thinking of Warren Moon, who's in both Canton and the Canadian Football Hall of Fame, right? Yeah. All right, disregard. Okay. Is Flutie? Yeah. Anyways. So, Pat McGowan's night is done after 3 innings, allowing 2 runs and 1, 2, 3. Yeah, just those 3 hits in the first inning. 2 runs, 3 hits. Three walks. 1 wild pitch. What's up? 1 wild. Gee, I wonder who you're wearing that hat for, huh? Yeah, I know, right? 1 wild pitch and hit batsman for Pat McGowan's first 3. And here is Robbie Cobb to start the 4th against Joe Colucci. Colucci in the left center field. On his horse is Fritz, and he's got it for out number 1. Todd, you want plug 2? I'm good for the moment. All right. So 1 up, 1 down. Robbie Cobb on the mound. Here is Ben Croto. Colucci's now 0 for 1 for walking his first time up, and Croto takes low for ball 1. Grounded to the right side. Elberry's got it. He'll underhand Cobb covering for an easy out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down. Here's Lawrence Tang. Walked his first time up to lead off the second. Just missed for ball 1. Nice attempt at the frame by Salitro, but it's 1-0 to the Mad Dogs' third baseman. Up and in, 2-0. Cobb, last time he faced the Mad Dogs, July 7th, took the loss, a third of an inning, 2 hits, 4 runs, only 1 of which was earned. 1 walk and no strikeouts. Just missed, and it's 3-0 with Roman due up next. Cobb on the season 0-2 with an 11.46 ERA in 7 1/3 innings. Has allowed 18 hits, 15 runs, 12 of which are earned. This is a towering fly ball to deep left field, and it is off the base of the wall. Tang flipped the bat thinking it was gone. It stayed in the park basically 336 out of the 337 down the left field line. So he is in scoring position at least with 2 outs. Snaps a string of 7 straight retired by Blue Sox pitching. And here is Hector Roman. Not now. No, you didn't. 1-0 the count to Roman to reach on a fielder's choice his first time up. Be glad I just got this mic going and not the crowd mic. In the dirt, 2-0. To be fair, that's not even gone in Maplewood. That's actually further away from a home run in Maplewood. That's on the inside corner, 2-1. I love you too, Katrina. Long story, folks. Into right field, Acosta turns around, leaps, he doesn't have it. And he'll get the run home anyway. And this might get Roman to third. RBI triple. Roman with the RBI triple. The Mad Dogs are back in front at 3-2. Whole infield coming in now. Mound conference with Matty Karras. Roman picks up his first triple, his second extra base hit, and his 5th RBI of the season. He is 90 feet away as the lineup turns over for Copeland. Copeland 1 for 1, single and a run scored in the first and a hit by pitch in the second. In the dirt for ball 1. Cobb cruised through the first 2 batters. And then Tang will get ahead in the count. Foot shy, essentially, of a home run, but then eventually comes around to score on Roman's triple. Copeland takes down away ball 2. More action in the Blue Sox bullpen. So fly out to center and a 3-1 ground up, but then a double and a triple. Have the Mad Dogs back in front, 3-2. Ball 3 to Copeland. Copeland 7 for 12 entering play tonight against the Blue Sox. 8 for 13 after the single. And now he's picked up a walk. Actually, I'm just going to take that back. Actually 0 for 5. I was looking at the Bulldogs line stats. He was 7 for 12 against the Bulldogs. He's 0 for 5 against the Blue Sox coming into play tonight. But now there's a single, a walk, and a hit by pitch. And a run scored. And now he is on base for the 3rd time. Runners at the corners. As is a little grounder in front of the mound. Cobb throws on to first. Safe? They called him safe. Roman scores. It's an infield single, and in the and behind the play, Copeland takes third. Offero gets the RBI. Well, umpires are going to confer. We saw a similar play the other night where it backfired, where it went against the Blue Sox, where they got an out, but it was dropped on the transfer, and the Blue Sox don't get that call here. So it's an RBI single for Offero, Copeland to third, and now here is Hanlon. So the Mad Dogs with another 2 spot here to reclaim the lead at 4-2. Looking for more. Hanlon behind 0-1. 1 for 2 with a RBI single and a ground out to second. Hits this one into center field. Fritz camping under it. Makes the catch for the out that retires the side. Mad Dogs get 2 runs on 3 hits and leave 2. We're halfway home. 4-2 Mad Dogs. Halfway home as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Fritz, Brown, and Auger due up in the bottom of the 4th for the Blue Sox, trailing by 2 again, 4-2. A.J. Ortega back out there for his 4th inning of work. For the lead again, and Fritz takes low for ball 1. Reached on an error and scored on a pass ball his first time up. 2-0. Four runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for the Mad Dogs. That's on the outside corner, 2-1. 2 runs, 1 hit, and no errors for the Blue Sox. 3-1. Blue Sox with 1 hit, but drawn 3 walks and reach on 2 errors. Trailing by 2, and there's another walk issued by Ortega. So for the 3rd consecutive inning, the Blue Sox get the leadoff man aboard. It was Ramirez on an E5 in the 2nd, and Desai on a walk in the 3rd. Brown draws a walk here. Fritz draws a walk here, and here is Brown. Brown has the only Blue Sox hit so far. It did not drive in a run. Only got Fritz to 3rd. high for ball one. Brown with his first hit of the season in his last time up. Throw down to second. Safe. As Brown tried to lay one down, pulled back. It was a ball, and is a stolen base for Fritz. Blue Sox. Stolen bases have not been kind to them this season. It's only their 16th out of now 22 attempts. They are only now tied with the Bulldogs for 5th in the ICL in that department. Expos have 43. Mad Dogs have 39 as a team. And the Chiefs with 22 and the Americans with 20. The Blue Sox have been caught 6 times this season. The Expos have been caught 9 times, but again, they've been successful 43 times. Blue Sox have the most home runs in the ICL entering play tonight. That's going to go to the backstop. It'll be 3-0 and a runner at third on the wild pitch. Double play. Get the double play and the run scores. You're still in the lead if you're the Mad Dogs. And that is what happens here. Ball 4. Brown reaches. So first and third, nobody out. Mound conference right now. Joe Auger will step to the plate. Brown is the tying run at first, and Auger's the go-ahead run at the plate. 4 walks already. 5 walks already for Ortega. Well, Nick Vinoki's had his say, and now can Auger come through? Blue Sox cannot, first place is out the window. Second place in the final standings is a pipe dream. So right now, you're just trying to, at this point, you're trying to, get even with the Americans and then pull away from them to ensure you don't have to play in the 4-5 one-game playoff. Fouled wide of Matt Karras in the third base coaching box for strike 1. Auger with a walk, his last time up. High for ball 1, evens the count. Like I say, you put Morgan on. You're happy to trade the run for 2 outs because you'll still be in the lead if you're the Mad Dogs. More importantly, at that point, the bases would be empty with 2 outs. But right now, it's 1-2 to Auger. If you can get him on a strikeout, then you're going to face Acosta with a chance for an inning-ending double play. Now we got a 4-6-3 last inning. Fritz at third, Brown at first. 1-2 to Auger. In the dirt, 2-2. Auger puts up the stop sign to let Fritzy know to go back to third. Brown being held on at first. On the outside corner, strike 3 called. Fritz doesn't like the call. Auger doesn't like the call, but he is retired. 1 down. And here's Acosta. Drew a walk. His second inning when they came back to tie it at 2. And got the leadoff man on the base on balls last inning, but got nothing as Ortega faced the minimum. Costa's ahead 1-0. And the Mad Dogs taking the lead back in the top half of this inning. This is down the left field line. No one was playing there. It's in the corner. It's a fair ball. Brown is going to hold at third, and Acosta is into second with a double. Fritz scores. 4-3. And that's going to do it for Ortega. Let's have a uniform. He's just gonna put on AJ's apparently. What? Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have the Michael Jordan blank 12 jersey special. You know, like at this level, all the jerseys have no Leslie. What's up? No, either that or like he forgot his. I don't know. Just like, but we're gonna have a little bit of a delay here as the new pitcher is putting on AJ Ortega's jersey. Do you know who it is, Mr. Croto? Nick, who's the new noodle? Thank you. Marco Carrillo, the new pitcher for the Mad Dogs. He is making his second appearance of the season. Pitched 3 innings in the win against the Expos on July 18th. Allowed 5 hits, 5 earned runs, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. So Ortega cannot get the win at this point. Only going 3 1/3. He's allowed 3 runs so far and is responsible for both runners on base. Ortega only allowed 2 hits. The single to Brown and the double to Acosta. But what does him in is the 5 walks. Plus 2 strikeouts. Both called third strikes on Walsh and Auger. So it's going to be Nick Salitro to be the first batter to face him, who reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. And that was an important fielder's choice, too, as it was the slow roller back to the mound that Ortega initially was going to throw to first for with the bases loaded. He came home with it for the force that prevented the Blue Sox from taking the lead. And now Carl's going to step off for a moment. He's going to step back on here. Salitro with the tying run 90 feet away. He's going to square. It's perfectly executed. Blue Sox are going to take the lead. Tie the game, rather. Tie the game at 4. Whee! Getting ahead of myself. Nice to know I haven't changed. Blah. Brown in to score. Acosta to third. That's in there for strike one to Dylan Walsh. Back to where we started. So if you look at the line score right now, 2002 for the Mad Dogs, 0202 for the Blue Sox. 1-1 as that one's in the dirt. Now the go-ahead run is 90 feet away. High for ball two. 2-1. Walsh called out on strikes his first time up in the second. Grounder to the right side. Diving stop. Throw to first. Out of play. No, it stays in place. Rolling all the way to the corner of the backstop. And there goes Walsh to second. And that one was almost airmailed into center field. The Blue Sox lead. That took the weirdest roll. It looked like it was rolling out of play. They came back towards the backstop. Take him however you can get him, right? Blue Sox lead 5-4. Having fun on a Sunday night, folks. Lineup turns over for Ernie Little. 2 flyouts to center so far. And he takes ball one. Now the question is, can the pitching respond? Wild, man. I'm sorry. To the left side. Throw on to first. Bounces off the front row of the bleachers. The ball went out of play, correctly ruled by the home plate umpire because it hit the front row of the bleachers and ricocheted back towards the plate. So it's so the Blue Sox extend the lead to 6-4. There was no play at the plate to be made once it hit the bleachers. Fourth error now on the Mad Dogs, and here is V. Desai. Up and away for ball one. Squeeze play brings the Blue Sox level. On the outside corner, strike one. And then Walsh and Little both reach on infield hits plus errors. Bring home 2 more runs to give the Blue Sox their first lead of the night. No appeal. Oh, they do grant the appeal late. It was no swing, so 2-1 to Desai. Might just need to do ambient mic and embrace the chaos. 3-1 to Desai. 0 for 1 with a line out to first and a walk. Book is officially closed. Now on Ortega. He starts with 5 runs. Oh. Look good, but it is ball 4 to Desai. And here's Jake Elberry. So Little, after flying out to center twice, reaches. Desai walks. He's now 0 for 1 with 2 walks. Here is Elberry. Pop up to short and a fly out to center to his name so far.
Find yours. Let's go. Find yours. Not trying to do too much here. Good contact. Big bomb out. Right behind. Clear. Right on, baby. Whole field here. Whole field. 1-1. Wait. Yeah, get bud.
Elberry flies out to left, but the Blue Sox pick up 4 here in the bottom of the 4th to take a 6-4 lead after 4. Having fun yet? Fucked up over there for one. Why is Mike by the way? You can go get bugged out.
That one I knew.
Four, 5, 6 due up here in the top of the 5th. Oh, man. Fun way to end the week, right? Here's Sam Browning. Rounds to the left side, field at third. Nice pick at first for out number 1. One hop from Walsh to Elberry. 1 up, 1 down. Robbie Cobb out there for his 2nd inning of work. Here is Nakami. 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Just high for ball 1. Blue Sox with a 4th spot in the bottom of the 4th with 3 hits, 3 walks, and 2 errors. Popped up along the third base foul line, caught by Walsh, out number 2. And it'll be up to Damian Brown. Brown is 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. More action in the Blue Sox bullpen as Brown comes up empty for strike 1. Up and in for ball 1. Inside corner, strike 2, 1-2. Off-target throw back to the mound from Salitro. Cobb peers in. Comes set. 1-2. Up and away. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Exactly what you want to see from Cobb there after the Blue Sox give him the lead in the bottom of the 4th. Cobb has had a shaky year, but hopefully that 1-2-3 inning and maybe this game can be a turning point for the Blue Sox, but they're still playing baseball to be played, and the Blue Sox absolutely need to tack on. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 6-4.
Hey, big dog, come back.
On the fifth, Ramirez, Fritz, and Brown due up for the Blue Sox. It's been an interesting it's been an interesting night tonight, to say the least. I don't know what other word you want me to use. Ramirez scored the Blue Sox first run after reaching on an error leading off the second, then grounded to a 4-6-3 double play, and now he grounds one to third but foul for strike one. So Ramirez is 0 for 2 with a run scored. Oh, man, he really wanted to make this a 7-4 game of that swing on the bat, but that one, not even close. And it is 0-2. Sometimes you get a little amped up when you think you got the momentum at your side and you think you can, add on and eventually cruise to the victory. But I mean, Ramirez had a big 3-run home run against the Chiefs. In the last game, in one of the games McGowan started, it gave the Blue Sox the lead 5-2, but the Chiefs came back to win that game. Gotta have a disciplined approach here. 0-2. Game's not over yet. Towering pop-up behind second. And caught by the second baseman, Colucci, for out number one. So Ramirez is 0 for 3. And here is Fritz. Traded places with Ramirez on the E5 doubles, beginning the two-base E5s, beginning the bottom of the second, as that's down away for ball one. And then walked to begin the bottom of the fourth, stole second, and came around to score. Down and in for ball two, 2-0 with one out. The Blue Sox hoping to extend this 6-4 lead. Fritz, and then Brown finally gets on Joe Auger. Outside corner, strike one. Had a squeeze play that's brought home a run tonight. Another walk for Fritzy. Pop up by Brown into foul territory and caught by the catcher Croto for a one-pitch out number 2. Squandered at bat there. I don't know if you want to necessarily lay one down that situation, but Morgan's now 1 for 2. And here is Joe Auger, 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout looking. Throw back to first. And back safely is Fritz. In the top of the 6th, The Mad Dogs will have Colucci, Croto, and Tang due up. Runner goes, pitches down and in, double clutch on the throw, and in safely with his second stolen base of the game is Fritz. Runner in scoring position, 1-0 the count for Auger. Carrillo comes set, the pitch in the dirt, and it gets away from the catcher Croto. 2-0, and now at third is Fritz. Two and 0 the count. Carrillo delivers. Down and in, 3-0. Acosta is due up next. Carrillo looked like he was going to go the full windup. Now he goes in the set position. And that'll be a 4-pitch walk. So runners at the corners. 2 down for Acosta. Both his and Tang's doubles. Boy, they really thought they were gone off the bat. And, I mean, Acosta, that was going to get down for extra. That was going to get down because it looked like the left fielder was way off the line. It was closer to center field when off the bat, but landed for a double. It brought home Fritz. Got Brown to third. Costa is a 1-for-1 with the walk and the RBI double, the run scored. Throw back to first, trying to get Auger. He is back safely. Auger has not attempted a stolen base this season. He's running. Pitches down and away, but swung on and missed, and Auger takes second uncontested. So 2 runners in scoring position, but the count is 0-2 to Acosta. Can he come through with 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 runners in scoring position? Swing and a miss, strike 3. Huge strikeout for Carrillo. Strands 2 runners in scoring position.
Roll another one.
All right, here we go to the top of the 6th. Mad Dog's trying to get some music going, but home plate umpire Rich Cabral trying to speed along. So here we go. Colucci to lead things off. Takes low for ball 1. He is 0 for 1 with a walk and a fly out to center. So Colucci, Croto, and Tang were the first three batters of Cobb's first inning of work. And Colucci down the left field line. That is a fair ball and a base hit. Leadoff man aboard for the Mad Dogs. Colucci's now 1 for 2. As I was saying, these were the guys who started Cobb's first inning of work, which he got the first two batters. Got the first two batters rather easily, but then struggled with Tang and Roman and Copeland and Afaro. Morgan Brown is now at third base, swamping the extra hitter role, I believe, with Walsh, as that drifts inside for ball one. Croto at the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a fly out to right and a 3-1 ground out. Popped up into left field and caught for out number 1. So here is Tang, walk in the second, double and a run scored in the fourth. In there for strike 1. Into center field, closing fast, and it drops for a base hit. First and second with 1 out. Throw down to third. It was a spike throw. And able to take third is Colucci on the stolen base. Rome at the plate, 1-0 the count. On the outside corner, strike 1. Pitch is high, and they're gonna let Tang have it. 2-1, the tying run now in scoring position. Fouled straight back, and the count will be 2-2 to Hector Roman, who is 1 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice in the second. RBI triple and a run scored in the fourth. And again, it's this part of the batting order that is giving Cobb problems. Time is called. Fouled straight back again. Been a wild night. Back and forth we go. Colucci at third. Tang at second. 2-2. Fouled off. Does not appear to be anyone warming right now for the Mad Dogs, but there is action in the Blue Sox bullpen. Will our mystery guest enter and sign in, please? Able to hold up and away, 3-2.
He ran over there and started pretending to throw. He said, "Stop lying."
3-2. The Mad Dogs needling announcer boy over there. Into right center field. That's going to get down and tie this game. This could be triple number 2 of the game. No, Roman's going to get back to second. But once again, folks, back to where we started. Hector Roman out of the 10 slot is 2 for 3 with a double, triple, and 3 ribbies. Rick DeAngelis told his guys, do not take the Mad Dogs lightly ever. They are a scrappy team. They have talent up and down the roster. 6-13 means nothing. We are going to have a pitching change for the Blue Sox.
Let's go.
Talk. Eric? New pitcher for the Blue Sox is going to be the right-hander, Eric Lopes. Eric is making his 6th appearance of the season. He is 0-1 with a 6.22 ERA. In 9 innings of work, has allowed 1 hit, 4 earned runs with 2 walks and no strikeouts. And having hit 2 batters, 9 innings, 6 hits, 8 runs. He'll be 8 earned runs, 12 walks, 13 strikeouts. Last pitch on June 28th in the loss of the Mad Dogs. Took the loss against the Mad Dogs. That 4-1 no-hit loss. Low for ball 1 to the leadoff man, Quentin Copeland. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored, a hit by pitch and a walk. Robbie Cobb still responsible for the runner at second. in what's now a tie game as that swung on and missed for strike one. Lopes, again, took the loss against the Mad Dogs on June 28th. On June 6th, went 2 innings, had 1 hit, 1 earned run with 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. Will foul at the plate, and it'll be 1-2. So, again, the 9 and 10 hitters causing problems for the Blue Sox. Tang and Roman with a double, 2 doubles, a single, and triple combined off of Robbie Cobb in their 4 combined plate appearances against him. That's in the dirt, and now it gets away to the Mad Dogs dugout, and up to third goes Roman on the wild pitch. 2-2. Infield's going to come in here. Lopes needs a strikeout in the worst way. Infield comes in. Go-ahead run 90 feet away. Lopes with the 2-2. Little flare down the right field line. Foul ball! Oh, man. So close. Hung up there for so long. There was no way that Acosta was going to get that. And the Blue Sox get a reprieve on that pitch. Still 2-2 to Quentin Copeland. Infield still in. Called strike 3! 2 down. And that'll be a Pharaoh. 2 for 3, single run scored in the first. Regional fielder's choice, the second, singled homer run in the fourth. 0-1 in the bottom of the sixth. The Blue Sox will have Salitro, Walsh, and Little due up. Strike 2. Lopes has not pitched in almost a month since that 4-1 no-hit loss to the Mad Dogs. Check swing, but it was upstairs. 1-2. Pharaoh again as the go-ahead run at third. Roman drove home the tying runs with a 1-out double. Fouled off. That foul ball felt like it was up there for an eternity, the one that Copeland hit. 1-2. Oh, close, but it's 2-2. Whole time I was up there, my whole life flashed before my eyes. It was really boring. 2-2. Lopes comes set. The pitch. Down and away, it gets to the backstop, and here comes the go-ahead run. Three runs here in the top of the sixth. Roman doubles home 2 of them. And he gets a third and scores on wild pitches. full count now to Afero with the bases empty and 2 out. Popped up in foul territory over towards the Mad Dogs dugout. And it lands behind their dugout. We'll do it again. In terms of time, this could end up being one of the longest. This has the potential to be one of the longest games of the year for the Blue Sox. We're not yet to the bottom of the 6th. We're almost at the 2-hour mark. Fouled off. 3-2. Ball 4. The inning continues. Afero is aboard for the 4th time. Here is Hanlon. RBI single in the 1st. Ground out to second in the 4th. Ground to second in the 2nd, rather, and a fly out to center in the 4th. That's down low for ball 1. Down low, ball 2, 2-0. The Blue Sox need a win to pull even in the win column with the Americans after they beat the Bulldogs this afternoon 10-2 at Morelli. The Blue Sox host the Americans tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. And even though they hold the season series head-to-head tiebreaker against the Americans, they need these wins to ensure that they can get the 3 spot, as that is on the inside corner for strike 2 to make it 2-2. Hanlon again, 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Farrow at first. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The inning is over, but the Mad Dogs reclaim the lead. 3 runs on 3 hits. Hector Roman doing the damage with a 2-run double and then scoring to tie it and then scoring the go-ahead run on a wild pitch. We go to the bottom of the 6th, and it is 7-6 Mad Dogs.
Good job, Dogs. Great inning. Come on, here we go. That was a tough one. I was waiting for something like that. I thought you were going to say everyone knows something about it.
Oh, he's got the rate.
Yeah, I'll take one. Find the way on. Down the left.
Changes from them, or? Who are we to judge, though? Bottom of the 6th. Well, the Blue Sox only trailing by 1 this time. I guess that's a little different, but Salitro, Walsh, and Little due up here in the bottom of the 6th as Carrillo back out there, and he delivers low, ball 1. 1-0, Salitro squeezed home a run last time up. Before that, reached on a fielder's choice, which again was the fielder's choice that forced out what would have been the go-ahead run at the time for the Blue Sox. Slow grounder to second, high bounce on to first. 1 up, 1 down. Rick DeAngelis telling his players before this half inning, find a way. What are you going to do about it? And we are going to have one thing that's going to happen here, that we are going to have a pinch hitter for Dylan Walsh. It's going to be Junior Pena taking strike 1. It's Pena? Oh, Junior. Okay, excuse me. See, it's not Junior Pena. It's Junior Barber making it actually his Blue Sox debut. Slow roller, slow down considerably in the grass. It does. No, he's safe. He's safe. I was going to say it does not matter because it looked like Brown charged it perfectly and got the out, but base umpire Brian Driscoll says Sam Browning's foot was off the bag. Benoki going out to have a word with Driscoll. Well, Benoki not convinced and assuming this stands. Well, now the umpires are going to converse. And assuming this stands, Harrison Tucker, I believe that's Harrison, right? Yeah, it is Harrison Tucker. Yep, I got that at first, a pinch run. Umpires are conferring after Vinoki appealed, and they are going to, the call's going to stand. So anyways, Harrison Tucker now going to pinch run for Barber. And here is Little, 1 for 3, singled his last time up. Throw back to first. Tucker back safely. Oh, yes, we will be at the game. We will be broadcasting the Americans and Blue Sox tomorrow, Jeff Berry. Throw back to first again, and back safely again is Tucker. 7-6 our score in the bottom of the 6th. Back and forth game. Little, another throw back to first. It has been kind of an adventure at first base tonight, but it hasn't really been Browning's fault though. Low for ball 1, finally coming home with it. Little ahead in the count 1-0. Again, he's 1 for 3. Flew out to center twice. Singled and advanced to second on error. His last time up, another. This is a 4th throw to first this at bat. I don't know. He induced 4 errors from the Mad Dogs defense. Trying to go for number 5, I guess. 1-0 the count. Into right field. Caught. Throw back to first. Short hop towards the bag, and getting back is Tucker. As Little is now 1 for 4. He flies out to right. The catch hauled in by Hanlon. And now V. Desai, who is 0 for 1 with a line out to first, and 2 walks. Up and away for ball 1. In the top of the 7th, the Mad Dogs will have Browning, Nakami, and Brown due up. Another throw back to first. Anything to keep him anchored to the bag, right? High for ball 2, 2-0. Tucker, by the way, has not attempted a stolen base this season. And that's an excuse me swing and a pretty easy strike call, 2-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Not a particularly hard pitch, but Desai was late on it anyways. 2-2. 2 outs, by the way. Sorry about that. 2-2, 2 out, runner at first. Runner goes, and it's fouled into the screen. Jake Elberry due up next if Desai can keep the inning going somehow. Swing and a miss, strike 3 and a high fastball. Blue Sox unable to take advantage of the controversial safe call at first, and we go to the top of the 7th. The Mad Dogs still lead 7-6. Wild night to begin this home stretch for the Blue Sox. They really need to rattle off wins. Again, they haven't won consecutive games since June 25th and 26th. After those 2 wins were followed by losses to the no-hit loss to the Mad Dogs and the walk-off loss to the Chiefs. That was after the 9-0 win over the Americans and the walk-off win, the huge comeback win over the Bulldogs. The Blue Sox are in danger of falling 3 games under 500 with 6 to play. They have the Americans tomorrow night. They are off Tuesday. And then the Expos Wednesday and the Bulldogs Thursday and Friday. The Expos at Maplewood, by the way. The Bulldogs Thursday and Friday. And they still have 2 more games to make up. One against the Mad Dogs at home and one at the Expos. The Blue Sox have been on cruise control for the better part of the last 20 years. They have not faced adversity like this late in the season like this in a long, long time. Now, Eric Lopes gets strike 1 in there to Sam Browning. Browning is 0 for 3 with a strikeout, ground out to the pitcher, and a ground out to third. Browning into deep center field. Back goes Fritz at the wall. He dropped it. Leadoff man at second for the Mad Dogs. Matt Nakame to the plate, but right now, the home plate umpire, Rich Cabral, trying to diffuse tensions between the Blue Sox and the Mad Dogs dugouts. As here is Nakame, 0 for 2 with a walk, a strikeout, a pop-up to third. That's ball one. That is inside, and it rolls over to the fence. Pass ball puts Browning at third. It's 2-0. And the Mad Dogs, I don't know, do they just get a warning? Did the dugout just get a warning? I mean, Rick DeAngelis is right. You know, these guys, scrap, they fight. They do not quit no matter what, despite their 6-13 record, and they can get under your skin too. And it can drive you nuts. It can drive their opponents nuts. 2-0. Low for ball three. 3-0 as the infield is in here. Mad Dogs trying to put this one out of reach here in the top of the seventh. Leadoff double by Browning. Pass ball gets him to third. And Nakame takes a 4-pitch walk. Runners at the corners. Nobody out for Damian Brown, who is 0 for 3 with 3 Ks. Infield still in. Brown pops it up. Fouling out of play for strike one. I don't remember the last time the Blue Sox were 3 games under 500 at any point in the regular season, and they're in danger of that happening to them here if they don't buckle down and prevent this game from getting out of hand. Runner goes, swing and a miss. 0-2, Nakame into second. So 2 runners in scoring position. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Lopes with his 3rd K. 1 down, and here is Colucci. 1 for 2, walk in the first, fly out to center in the 4th. Single and a run scored in the 6th. And they're going to put him on. So they're going to intentionally load the bases for Croto. Croto is 0 for 3 so far. Brown wearing the golden sombrero after that 4th K, all swinging. Croto 0 for 3 with a fly out to right, a ground out 3-1, and a fly out to left. Little pop up on the infield, and he let it drop. Yeah, it's kind of a delayed call there for the infield fly rule, but that absolutely should be the right call. And what just happened? They just got out of the inning. They just got out of the inning. What has happened? I thought they called the infield fly rule. What is going on? The Mad Dogs are incredulous. Like, they're at worst for the Blue Sox, it should be bases loaded, 2 out, but it was if the ball was dropped, a little intentionally let it drop, and then they got the double play. So the inning's over. The Mad Dogs don't score. I guess it's a 4-6-3 double play because that's eventually how it played out. But wow, that is a bizarre double play on. Like, I felt like it should have been the infield fly and just, batters out, but maybe just because it wasn't hit high enough. I don't know, but well, the Blue Sox somehow get out of that unscathed. I have Croto, they tag both Croto and Colucci in the course of that play. Because Croto was going over to the dugout. They tagged Colucci, was still on. It went back to first. They tagged everyone they could. Nakami and Colucci and Croto just to ensure they got the outs, and they did. But, again, I feel like that should be just infield fly rule, batters out, next man up, please. But it doesn't work out that way for the Mad Dogs. So here we go to the bottom of the 7th. No, still 7-6. Yes, sir. It wasn't an infield. No, I saw that. But no. I understand that. But I just felt like. Mm-hmm. Yep. So Croto was out on the catch, which I guess Little dropped on the transfer. So there was no infield fly. Remember, folks, it's one of those obscure things that I guess I got to know, right? Again, I pretend I know what I'm talking about for money. So here we go to the bottom of the 7th. It's going to be Elberry, Ramirez, and Fritz due up in a 1-run game, and Carrillo, after relieving Ortega, allowed 5 runs on 2 hits and 5 walks and 3 in the third. Carrillo is now in line for the win. It's a 1-run game. And again, kudos to the Blue Sox for not letting it get out of hand, I guess. But here's Elberry. 0 for 3, pop up to short, fly out to center, fly out to left, trying to tie the game with one swing of the bat. Comes up empty. Strike 1. One and one. Elberry straight back. 1 and 2. All you have to do is just get on base. You're only down 1. Just keep the line moving as much as you can. 1-2. Carrillo. Johnny Cueto fouled off onto Worthen Road. We have an official broadcast. Still 1 and 2. Inside corner, strike 3 called. Elberry, man, I thought he was going to argue that. It looked a little inside, but I guess he knew what it was. So there's a strikeout, 1 up, 1 down, and there's strike 1 to Ramirez. Reached on error, scored on error in the second, grounded a 4-6-3 double play in the third, popped up to second. In the fifth, grounder to the left side, it's through for a base hit. Mad Dogs have the right idea. So what? Get Fritzy to roll one over here. You're out of here with a win. More importantly, the Mad Dogs win this game. They win the season series against the Blue Sox. Runner at first, one out for Fritz. Reach on error. Scored on pass ball in the second. Walked and scored in the fourth. Walked, stole a base, but was strained at third in the fifth. It's 1-0. Low for ball two. 2-0. Ramirez at first. After his first non-home run hit of the year, and he's tagged out. They picked him off. Two down. 2-0 the count to Fritz. Carrillo. Grounder. Right back to him. Mad Dogs win. A roller coaster of emotions in this game, and the Blue Sox get the tying run aboard with a single, but Ramirez is picked off, and then Fritz hits an easy comebacker to the mound. The Mad Dogs win their fourth in a row. They are 7-13. The Blue Sox are 8-11. Not the start you wanted on the home stretch for the Blue Sox. It has been a season where it's just I don't know, it's just a frustrating season to say the least. It is the third win of the season for the Mad Dogs in 4 games, so they've clinched the season series against the Blue Sox 3-1. Still one more game left to play against them to be made up at a time and date to be determined, but the Blue Sox now have to welcome the Melrose Americans into town, 2 games behind the Americans for third place in the ICL standings. The Marco Carrillo gets the win. Robbie Cobb takes the loss. Hector Roman in the 10 spot in the Mad Dogs lineup goes 2 for 3 with a double, a triple, 2 runs, and 3 ribbies. It is, once again, a heartbreaking loss for the Blue Sox, where they're clutch hitting, and again, they show the ability to respond to adversity, but can they put it together? Can they string these responses together consecutively and within games and across games? And to this point, they haven't. So again, it's the Blue Sox and the Americans tomorrow night. First pitch at 8 at LHS here on the Blue Sox Baseball Network on YouTube. Thanks for watching this presentation of the Blue Sox Baseball Network here on YouTube. Don't forget to follow and support the Blue Sox and the Intercity League on intercityleaguebaseball.com and on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget to subscribe to this here YouTube channel. Again, first pitch tomorrow night between the Americans and the Blue Sox at 8 p.m. Once again, the final score from center field at Lexington High School, Lexington, Mass. is the Malden Maddogs 7 and the Lexington Blue Sox 6. For all my righty friends here at LHS, my name is Sam Feely. Thanks for tuning in. Love you, Katrina.